There was a beggar at the railway station of a city. He survived by begging from the passengers sitting in the trains that came and went. One day, while he was begging as usual, he noticed a tall man dressed in a suit and boots. He thought to himself, "This man looks rich. If I beg from him, he might give me a good amount." He approached the tall man and started begging. The man looked at him and said, "You always keep begging, but do you ever give anything to anyone?" The beggar replied, "Sir, I'm a beggar. I only ask from people. I don't have anything to give." The tall man said, "When you have nothing to give, you have no right to ask either. I am a businessman, and I believe in give and take. If you offer me something, then I can offer you something in return." Saying this, he boarded the train and left. The beggar sat there, deeply thinking about what the man had said. His words touched the beggar's heart. He thought, maybe I don't receive much alms because I never give anything in return. But what can I possibly give? I'm a beggar. I have nothing. Still, he kept thinking, how long will I keep begging without giving? He made a decision. From now on, whoever gives him alms, he would give something back in return. But the question still lingered in his mind. What can I give? 2 days passed, and he still had no answer. On the third day, as he was sitting near the station, his eyes fell upon some flowers blooming on the plants nearby. A thought struck him. Why not give flowers to people who give me alms? He liked the idea. He plucked a few flowers and began his usual rounds on the trains. Now, whenever someone gave him alms, he offered them flowers in return. People happily accepted the flowers. This became his daily routine. Gradually, he noticed that more and more people started giving him alms. He would collect flowers every day and offer them in exchange for alms. But on days when he ran out of flowers, fewer people gave him anything. He realized that people were not just giving him alms. They were valuing the gesture, the exchange. One day, while he was begging, he spotted the same tall man sitting in a train, the one who had inspired him. He quickly approached and said, "Today I have something to give you. If you give me alms, I'll give you flowers in return." The tall man smiled, gave him some money, and took the flowers. He said, "Wonderful. Today, you've become a businessman like me." Then he got off at his station. The beggar kept thinking about those words. His eyes lit up. He felt a new sense of pride. "I'm not just a beggar, I'm a businessman. I can become rich too," he shouted joyfully, looking at the sky. People around thought he had gone mad. From that day onwards, the beggar disappeared from the station. 6 months later, at the same station, 2 men in suits and boots met. One extended his hand and said, "Do you recognize me?" The second man replied, "No, I don't think we've met before." The first man smiled and said, "We've met twice before on this train. I'm the same beggar to whom you once gave advice and then later bought flowers from." Surprised, the second man said, "Oh, I remember now. You're that same beggar. But what are you doing in this suit and boots?" The first man replied, "Yes, I was that beggar, but now I'm a big flower trader. I'm traveling for business." He continued, "In our first meeting, you taught me the natural rule of life. To receive something, we must give something. That changed my thinking. In our second meeting, you told me I had become a businessman. That changed how I saw myself. People weren't giving me alms. They were buying my flowers. I thought I was a beggar, but in their eyes, I was already a small trader. I began investing the money I earned into more flowers and eventually became a full-time flower trader. People here love flowers, and that love made me who I am today." Both smiled and walked off the train together, happily discussing their businesses. Friends, this story teaches us a valuable lesson. The tall businessman understood the universal rule of life, give and take. All great entrepreneurs have followed this principle. He shared this wisdom with the beggar, and it transformed his life. The beggar changed his mindset, and with that, his entire life changed. This story tells us that success begins in the mind. If you always consider yourself small, you'll remain small. To grow, you must think big. The essence of the story: success is hidden in your thinking. Believe in yourself, think big, and see how life takes you to new heights.